welcome in everyone. Me and Chavo will just be doing a patch rundown for patch 15.6. It just came out today, and me and Chavo have each played around, let's just say like 10 plus scrims on PvE on this patch. So I think we are getting a pretty good hang of it because we had to play tournament on Saturday. And for
Friday.
those that, oh, Friday, sorry. And for those that don't know us, my name is Ralphie. I'm usually a challenger player, usually around like 1000 LP, and Chavo is retired. No, but
No,
he's
I
also
never
like
retired.
usually a challenger. He's usually a challenger player as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and also shout out to Frodan for the slides that we'll be using to go over the patch. Anyways, yeah, we can get started. All right, this is like a look back. All right, so table of contents. Overall, a much smaller A patch than previous ones. Oh wait, yeah. And then so they reintroduced the prismatic mech, and then there's like augment balancing, 5 cost buffs, monster trainer backside change, but new bugs alongside it. And then there's new power ups involving 2xKO to promote 2xKO that just came out. And then some internal changes like streamer mode for those that don't want to get griefed in their games. I think this is like only really a big thing for like really big streamers, and like the streamers that stream during Bloxfox bootcamp. This will matter a lot. So yeah, pretty good change. This is one of the best changes of the patch, in my opinion. They took out Artifact Anvil. I mean, they're already trying to nerf a lot of the Exodia artifact setups, but a lot of people don't like this. And honestly, for some, like for me and Chavo, we're playing tournament on Friday. Like this portal, like sometimes you just spawn in and you have to play for a 5th or like a 4th. So it's really good. Okay. So Crystal Gambit, they nerfed stage 4 Crystal. So towards the end of the patch, people were doing like 3-6 Crystal, losing once on 3-6, and then losing 5 on stage 4, and catching out like a 400 or 500 even. And they basically just nerfed your ability to do that in 6 losses, because you'd be catching out like 4 or 500 with like 40-50 HP, and it'd be like really ridiculous. So they just nerfed that, and then they just nerfed your 7-piece rewards as well. So nothing too crazy. I think the stage 4 multiplier was like much needed nerf. They buffed 5 Mighty Mech. The mana is changed from 50-100 to 40-80. Pretty good. I mean, like you kind of only play 5 mech if you're missing Yone, and then like also to like stabilize to get to 7 mech later down the road. So I'd say buffing it is probably fine. Like you don't usually stay on it for the whole game or end the game on it unless you like low rolled Yone. And then they nerfed the 3rd cast of 7 mech. This is probably a good nerf, but it doesn't make the comp that much worse relative to the patch, because even though they nerfed it, 7 mech is still one of, if not like one of the best comps on the patch. So I mean, this is a good nerf because it was just like one tapping like people's backline. And yeah, I mean, you still like feed it like death caps and stuff if you're a mech pilot. So I mean, nothing too crazy there. And then now Monster Trainer no longer has unique bag rules. All Monster Trainer champions will now count as 1 unit. Bag size for Lulu 18, 54 is now 22 total. So pretty good change. You'll probably see like little to no games where 3 people have like Pokemon 3 anymore. So yeah, it's like it's not gonna happen. Okay. Soul Fighter got a nerf on the 6 and 8 piece. This nerf is quite small, but it does influence the comp. But I'd say with Spat, and your ability to play Soul Fighter, like if you have Spat and you like Soul Fighter Volibear, it's still like perfectly acceptable comp. So nothing too crazy there. Star Guardian Zaya bonus. This one was actually pretty big because I think Zaya 1 plus like Rel 2 and like Shen for Edgelord was like one of the best openers. So now nerfing that bonus for Sage really matters because Zio 1 was one of the best backline carries in the game. And they nerfed Jinx's AS on takedown. So just a small nerf, but Star Guardian has still been getting played. So does this mean SG is A/B tier? I think it just means that Star Guardian is not the best combo in the patch, and it's probably not going to be 3 or 4 week contested anymore. And then also you probably want to play it from like a more selective spot. Oh, sorry, I just saw your thing. Yeah, 1 cost champions, nothing here. So, and then 2 costs, they buff GP. A lot of people in scrims that me and Chavo have been playing GP reroll, but it's hard to say if it's even a comp. But I've seen it do well with like scaling fruit, so like not done yet, or weights, right? And then like a radiant item. But it's like I feel like any unit can succeed in those circumstances, so it's kind of hard to know. But yeah, people have been playing like the 2 cost GP mech reroll with like 4 mentor. It's hard to say if it's actually gonna be relevant this patch. But it might make GP2 better to tempo off of, so we'll see. Okay, this is Chavo's favorite unit, Ahri. They buffed the overkill damage on her, yeah, just the overkill damage amount by 25%. It's pretty like a lot, but
25% seems a lot, but it's not a lot when the unit can't kill anything.
Yeah, and then also they took out Ludens, so there's a lot of things going wrong for Ahri, even though this buff seems like it's pushing Ahri to be in the meta. And then they buffed Rammus's health to 1100 and the mana, which should be a good buff for Rammus 3, but it's pretty impossible to hit Rammus 3 in this meta when there's one Kog'Maw or Smolder player almost every lobby, so it's gonna be kind of hard. And like it's a lot worse to miss on like Rammus when it's like gonna be your main tank, so it just like ends up being hard to warrant playing around Rammus. Okay, Smolder got a pretty decent buff, and Smolder's been doing crazy in scrims, I'd say, right, Chavo?
Smolder's very good early mid game. I mean, yeah. I'm only saying he's not good late game because a lot of times I don't see people hit Smolder.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where like hitting Kog'Maw 3 and Smolder 3 is kind of hard. And also, just as a note, like Vi Hero Augment is also very good on this match, and I've seen at least like 3 or 4 times where people play Smolder as the backline for Vi Hero. So, and that if you end up hitting like Smolder 3, Vi 3, Mundo 3, ends up being like very, very strong. So it's just something to keep note of. Udyr got a buff at all-star levels. I actually saw in one of my games that someone played a Brick Shop Smolder Juggernauts and rerolled Udyr as well. And I think it won out, if not it top 2'd. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Okay, and then Yasuo, the base spell is like less likely to hit backline when other units are nearby. This is a good change because Yasuo is pretty toxic. Like bashing Yasuo would just, if you're same side their carry, eventually your backline carry would die. And it's like not even front to back, you're just getting backline access by like a melee carry. And it's not even like wrapping or anything. It's kind of broken. Okay, Akali got a small nerf on her dash damage. I think Akali is probably still playable with like Radiant and Dawncore, or just BIS like double Nasher QSS. But I think in real meta, like Fast 8 is a lot worse just because you get taxed along the way, and if your spot is not that good, it can really like make you bleed a lot of HP and make you like really desperate to hit like Akali 2 on like 4-1 or 4-2. So it just ends up being a lot weaker on this patch, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe people will come around on it. I've also seen a couple of people playing like all out Cassante with Akali, but I don't even know how real that is. Okay, Ashe got a buff. This is also Chavo's favorite unit. And yeah, I mean, play at your own risk. I've seen people play 6 Jug Ash in my lobbies with like aura farming Zara, and it seems like you're playing for like a third at best. So I have no idea how good Ash is. And but as a note, 5 crystal is really broken, so maybe Ash can succeed with 5 crystal plus some random stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. And then Rise got a buff. This actually pushes Mentor back in the meta, and Mentor ends up being one of the good comps you can play from Fast 8, especially if you have Crystal Gambit into it, just for the extra items or resources in general. So yeah, Rise is looking decent. Okay, and then there is a bunch of 5-cost changes, like Resistances on Lee. They changed a bunch of stuff with the different forms, and then they buffed Seraphine's damage. They buffed TF, and they buffed Zyra. So initially, if you look at this, it makes you think that like the Fast 9 Bastion stuff with TF Zyra ends up being a lot better. And honestly, it's been performing really well in my games. So I'd say that it's definitely a comp that's worth playing if you can go Fast 9 and hit the board. CG in stage 4, yeah, still pretty good. And then there's a bunch of augment balancing. A lot of it is hero arguments. Like there's 3 hero arguments. They basically just nerf the damage. Aura farming doesn't grant the item anymore. They are changing like what you can see on 2-1. For example, backup dancers. They buffed Big Friend. I actually won out a game of crew and I took Big Friend. And I didn't even know this got buffed because the patch notes weren't out. This was like one of the games I played before the patch notes were out. And yeah, it felt pretty good. So maybe Big Friend is like playable. Blood Rage no longer on 2-1. Good. I mean, this augment was basically never click on 2-1. And it's like a never click in most comps. And then care package, they just fixed like the tooltip, and it's just 3 rewards total now instead of, I think it said it was like 4 or something.
No,
or
it wasn't the tooltip. The tooltip said it gave 3 rewards, but only gave 2.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. They nerfed this Wraith augment. Honestly, I never really clicked this augment, but I guess it was like a lot of effective HP. I'm not sure.
It was pretty good.
Okay, and then portfolio got disabled. I mean, this augment was like okay if you played a lot of traits, but I mean, I don't think anyone was like too crazy when they saw it. They changed the golden quest stuff. You can just look at the items it gives now. A big one here is they nerfed keepers. They tend to do this when a comp is like Giga S tier. So like Star Guardian was the best comp, and what was the best augment in Star Guardian? It was keepers. So they end up nerfing keepers. And obviously keepers was just broken in every comp, so it was a well-deserved nerf. And it's still clickable, and you probably will still click it.
I don't think it's that big of a nerf.
Yeah, exactly. Know Your Enemy got a buff. I'm pretty sure this is actually, I think Dishope was saying that this may be like a pretty big buff. So on comps where you're playing Mentor or maybe like even Bastion, it's like pretty likely that this is like a solid combat option. So yeah. Okay, they introduced mech augments, and Live Fuse doesn't appear on 2-1. They disabled max cap. I mean, I guess this is fine. It's a reroll meta, so like Loki, this was like a Giga bailout, and you would just go top 4 just based on the stage 4 tempo you would get. So I mean, I don't know if there was like a bug or something, or they just disabled it because it was like toxic. But yeah, like overall okay. They buffed the pumping ups. Pumping ups were generally like pretty mediocre, so maybe they're more clickable now. And protagonist gives you an additional champion every turn after 3 turns, so it delays your 3-star by 3 turns. So yeah, they just keep finding ways to nerf this augment because
it's still clickable.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, if you have no other like 2-1 pres direction, you can probably still click it. And then obviously they're gonna nerf Tiny Team. Tiny Team was by far like an insta-click augment last patch. It just gave you like too much tempo. And yeah. And then unlimited power, complete items, Rabadon's Morello to Nashor's JG. Okay, so this ends up being like pretty good in like mech or like any sort of like. I can see you even clicking like Katarina and like just put the Nashers on Katarina, the JG on Yumi type of stuff. So, I mean, honestly, this was pretty good because I feel like a lot of good players like they just make anti-heal anyways. So like if you're seeing this on 4-2 and you already made anti-heal, you're basically like down an augment slot. So honestly, I think this is like a good change. And like Nashers is such a good item. JG pairs so well with Nashers, so yeah, it's probably good. Okay, and now there's item stuff. Spark got a huge buff. They just nerfed the damage a little, but they buffed like basically the defensive stats of it, and it actually feels like an actual tank item that you can put on your units now, or just an actual item in general. So yeah, that ends up being nice. Also, I tested it, the spark on Mech Pilot. Like if you eat the spark, it still works. Bro, that is so stupid. Okay, they buffed BT, just AD AP. Only like a 5% buff, but it still matters. They buffed the Radiant version of BT. They buffed Edge of Night, Radiant Edge of Night, Radiant Spark, and then they nerfed Radiant Asher. This item was insanely broken, so it's probably a good nerf. Okay, TGs, you can roll higher tier combinations based on your level. Dawncore, they nerfed a little bit. Blighting Jewel, they buffed the AP, but then they nerfed the mana gain. I actually had a Blighting Jewel mouse game in scrims today, and it was still good, but I definitely thought my spot was like went out, and I didn't even know they nerfed the item, to be honest, because I don't really read the patch notes. And yeah, I mean, I could definitely feel the difference, like looking back on it. Luden's being disabled, that's pretty good, because the interaction with Ahri is just very toxic. Fish Bones doesn't give you range anymore, so this item tends to be pretty bad. But there's a power up that gives you like infinite range, and that might make Fish Bones really good. So we'll see. Middens, they buffed the attack speed, and then they buffed Talisman's health, but I'm pretty sure this item is still unclickable. And Middens, we'll have to see, but it's probably like not very good still. Oh well, we'll see though. Okay, and then now there's a bunch of power-ups. I will not go through all of them, but I will just highlight the ones that I have personally played. And if Chavo wants to talk about any that he has personally played, we can do that too. But yeah, so there's a bunch of new ones. I played Windwall on my Yasuo Bastion reroll, and I cooked it the whole game. And as long as you have an IE, I'm pretty sure the damage is good, and then like the reduced damage you take is pretty meaningful because he's a melee unit, so eventually he gets targeted. So it's actually like a good alternative to like Hemorrhage, but I'm pretty sure Hemorrhage might still be better, or it probably is better.
I know that Stalking Dart is bad, but I'm not sure if it's Stalking Dart that's bad or if it's already that's bad.
Okay.
And then Super Mega, I don't know exactly how good it is, but Gather Force is still better, so it's not really relevant.
Okay. Yep. And then all of these I haven't really tried.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't fruit any.
Okay. All right. Quickly. So like Skypiercer was already one of the best fruits because it just gave you both your utility. So it's basically like 2 items, right? If you think of it like that. And this gives you Burn, Shred, and Sunder. And this is what I played on when I was talking about like my Blighting Jewel mouse game. I basically built like full damage. I had like Archangel, Gunblade, Blighting, and then I fucking took this fruit, and then I didn't have to build any utility. Like I don't know. Like I don't know why this is in the game. It's only 10% less shred than Skypiercer, and like you get anti-heal as well. So like if you're one of those people that doesn't like building utility, just fucking click the fruit, man. Yeah, and then all these are just a lot of these are like 2xKO advertisements, but it's hard to know if any of them are good. I haven't seen anyone really click any of these new fruits. Rocket Grab is actually pretty good on Protectors, I'd say.
I've seen 2xKO do decent on Darius. A lot of the people that play Darius usually end up with that.
Yeah.
Fury Break in certain setups is very good. I saw Fury Break Kale setup as very good. And then it could be good on others. There's this double down tech, where you like play Ari Nico hero augment, or there might be other things, but you're just feeding your other unit mana. So
Oh,
you have
this
like
seems insane. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
RE plus Nico hero. Yeah,
So you
that
have
makes
like
sense.
1.5 fruits on your
Yeah.
main carry.
On your Nico. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, that sounds insane. Okay, and then just a bunch of buffs. We can quickly go through them. Adaptive Skin got buff. Oh, also they powers that required traits will also filter on stage 2. Previously, trait requirements were ignored. Mechbot, Star Sailor, Star Student will not be offered unless their trait requirements are met. That's pretty good because you can do the benching Star Guardian and 3 Mighty Mech if you don't want Mech Pilot, Star Student, or Star Sailor, or like you can bench 3 BA as well to not get Star Student. They buffed All Out, so I think that's why people are playing All Out again. They buffed it a little. They nerfed Best Defense, and you can feel the difference. So it might be like one of those things where you like body change, or if you have keepers, you can still click Unstoppable, and then like build like 3 real tank items on Poppy. Yeah, only time will tell to know. Blink Attack got buffed. Double Strike got buffed. Finalist got buffed. Finalist is like pretty bad still, I'd say. Gather Force got like a 5% nerf, and it's still
It's just a
really,
revert.
really good. Yeah, it's a revert, and it's really, really good still. Max Vitality got buffed. Not done yet. Got buffed, so you only need 2 less deaths. Over 9k, got slight nerf. And then Shine Brighter got a buff. Someone won out one of my scrims with Lux Zinzao reroll, and they played Radiant Asher JG with Shine Brighter. So be on the lookout for that. Sky Piercer damage amp got nerfed, and Star Sailor got buffed, but the weight got decreased, which is good. The Star Sailor trait, you need 4-star, so this basically just makes it easier to tailor. You just bench until you're 3-star, and then you're good to tailor for like best defense and Gather Force. Okay, and then Star Student, they're nerfing the weight of like these trait fruits because you don't want them most of the time. Tiny Terror got buffed. Trickster got disabled. It was pretty toxic. Like on like Garen Hero, Vi Hero, Darius, like it was all good. Unflinching, this is a big buff, and a lot of people have been clicking this fruit on like melee units, especially like GP, and I say on Darius as well. It's really good. Veteran Formentor got nerfed, and Janna's still looking like one of, if not the best comp on the patch, so keep that in mind. And then Waits attack speed got nerfed. Waits was pretty overtuned if you knew how to like spike around it. Okay, Janna got removed. A bunch of the 2x KO stuff added, and removed Double Strike Attack Expert Power Font. Malzahar got Sky Piercer removed for the Noxian one. Solar Breath got removed. Senna got all of these removed. They just removed Sky Piercer, Solar Breath from a lot of units, and then Soul Tripper became a secondary for TF. And then Shen Hero got a bunch of new power-ups.
They removed it from a lot of units because they added the Noxian one to all those.
Yep. Bug fixes. Best friend's visual effect. Oh, this is just like 2-1 augment tailoring. Okay. They fixed Ramus pissing. They fixed the Crystal Gambit with the fucking Vampiric Scepter. That was just insane, bro. It was good on Lee Sin, by the way. Bramble. Okay, yeah, this is just like a bunch of like fixes that people were like complaining about. Okay, and then this is like Fernand's initial impressions. Biggest Losers, Star Guardians, Monster Trainer, Contest, Trickster Comps, Darius, Katarina, Augments, Protagonist, Keepers, Tiny Team, Hero Augments, and Fishbones. He thinks the biggest winners are Ashe and Duelist. I haven't seen Ashe and Duelist do that well in my games. Fast 9 Legendaries is good. Like the Bastion Fast 9 is really, really good. Um, and then yeah, just a bunch of power ups. Rise is obviously a huge winner. Ionic Spark being buffed is really good. And then mech changes. 7 mech is still good. All Cassante, like you said, is hard to hit, but if you hit it and you have like IE Edge of Night, it tends to be pretty good. And then artifact changes, yeah, we'll just have to see for like new broken interactions. Okay, and then
That's 15.5.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So now Chavo compiled some stats on the patch, and we'll just talk about the comps briefly, and yeah, and then we'll answer any
A
questions.
few comps are missing, and Yumi is wrong. Yumi should be like a 4.4 with 8% win rate. Then I also missed Akali. Akali is apparently like a 4.0 with like 11% win rate. Akali seems to be one of the better forecast comps on ladder. Then Mentor Mech is 4.47 in the stats, but it did pretty good in my experience and in other people's scrim games. I think it's a lot better than this. That's indicate and that people are probably just playing it wrong.
Yeah, they're probably like not playing around Volibear as much. Like Volibear
Yeah.
is like key.
Volibear is very good, and you need at least one pretty good combat augment. If you have like 2 combat augments, then you probably win out. Like playing around Streak and or a Crystal Gambit for gold instead of econ augments makes your game a lot easier.
Yep.
Other than that, the stats are like pretty consistent with like how the patch feels to me. Sork and Ash are like LOL tier. I probably would advise to not play either. And then Bastion TF is the highest caffeine comp in the game. It had like a 33% win rate in our scrims, and yeah.
Yeah, I think people were still playing off like Xayah, by the way. Like Xayah, Rel Shen opener, and then like just slight roll for 6 Bastion and then go 9. Like,
and then Mentor Mech is also very good if you hit. It's just you have to be 9, hit Yone, and hit Mech Pilot, so it's a little difficult. But when you hit, it's
is
very
this
good.
one 7 mech?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
7 mech.
Okay, so this is 7 mech. Yeah.
I can't type apparently. The 3-cost reroll, they're all like about the same. But like Smolder and Kog'Maw are I mean it's Kog'Maw no artifact. Kog'Maw's about a 4.0. 4.1 if I don't filter no artifact. So it's probably the best 3-cost reroll line. But Smolder and Kog'Maw stats are a little bit lower because of the change where now they contest each other. But all these lines are pretty good, and if you have like tempo and like items, or you start with like 1 or 2 of these copies, it could probably be a good spot. And then with 2-cost, Jenna is probably the best comp on the patch, like most consistent.
Yep.
It's like almost impossible to miss veteran. So if you miss veteran, you can probably complain now.
And then you just FF and go next. Yeah.
And then it feels like this comp wins like every fight on from like 3-2 to like including 4-1 on 2 stars. So it's like very good at top 4ing. You have the right setup, you can easily win out. Katarina in our games has seemed very good.
It's like 1 per game.
It's and they always like do pretty good.
It's like a top 1 through 5.
Oh yeah, this is 4.11 with excluding Radiant. If you're like including, if you have a Radiant item, then it's like a 3.5 maximum. And then Jin Mundo is pretty solid. But if you get double trouble, then it's like guaranteed top 4. I've seen that double trouble go like 2nd, 3rd, like every time I see it. And then Lux and Kai'Sa, you should probably not play unless the game like really wants you to play it. 1-cost Kale as usual, like close to 4.5 AVP, but very high win rate. So if the spot's right and you can go 9, then you're probably top 2. Kuru, I mean, I don't know. His comp has been a comp. hero augments. So one cost is pretty hard to filter because like protagonist. So it's probably like point 1 to point 2 better with protag, and like point 1 to point 2 worse without protag. Malphite's like probably the only one where I would click unless my spot isn't like really good. Then don't click Stack. Vi. I think Vi hero augments very good because you can still play it with preferably Smolder. Cog is like doable. And yeah. What's the other ones? Oh, Shen. Shen is still good. They nerfed it, but I don't think the nerf matters that much. They nerfed Mundo, right? I'm pretty sure they nerfed Mundo, and it's not very good.
Yeah, it hasn't been doing well in my games. I think out of all of them, Vi has felt the most
Vi
broken.
is definitely the best hero augment. Vi and Shen.
Yeah.
Nico, the stats on Nico aren't like amazing, but there's this new build going around.
Shojin.
No, Edge of Night Nasher JG, and
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's pretty good, but the current build is not like that great.
Yeah.
But there's also some experimental comps going around, like 5 crystal reroll, but we're not really sure yet.
Yeah, and then also just like as a general like note, I think a lot of people are kind of under the same bias that it's like a reroll meta, but the days have went by for like scrims. SG's seen more play, Mentor's seen more play, and then like 7 mech usually wins the lobby, and like 7 crystal still does well. So there's still like a lot of fast 8, fast 9. Bastion TF tends to win a lot of lobbies. So I'd say like it's like default reroll, but then if your spot is good for fast 8, fast 9, you're still like allowed to play it. Yeah, and then not included here, but people are talking about it in the chat. I'd say like Akali is still very good. You probably just want to play with like Radiant or Dawncore or like some sort of crystal cash out into it.
It's very good, but you need Nasher QSS.
Yeah, you need BIS. You need BIS for sure. Yeah.
Which is probably why the stats look better. Because I'm filtering for good items.
Yeah, I'd say like for example, like I was watching another coach's games that he's been scrimming with us called, and he had 2 on Nasher, and he had like another one offered, and he could add just like double Nasher off the rip, like something like that, like where it's just easy to get BIS. Just ends up being like a lot better. Yeah, so I guess if you guys have any questions about anything we've played or anything that is leaving you guys with questions, you guys can leave it in the chat, and me and Chavo will try our best to respond to it as best as we can.
Oh, also, I think Akali is good in the stats because people do not know how to position.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean, the lower rank you go, the better it is. Because like you literally just go A3, A6, and like cool. Yay! Just hit the corner. Yay!
I move Akali to GM plus and so 4.3. It's still okay.
Yeah, I think like the positioning mind games become really stressful if you're not like high HP into Akali.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like if you learn like the counter positioning, it's like pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Chavo? With the patch. I'm trying to think if there was anything.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh no,
Yeah,
like openers. Like
openers.
What's your favorite opener to play around?
I think the 3 openers I play around the most are like Bastion plus backline, either Prodigies or Zaya if I have Shen.
Yeah.
And then 4 Soul Fighter, and then like 3 mech. Those are like my favorite openers.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, either play
and
around
3 Crystal.
Yeah, I play around that or I play around Crystal a lot.
Yeah. And then Yeah, I mean, most of the lines here are the lines that me and Chubba have been playing,
There
except
isn't
LOL stream.
anti-cap positioning. It's still I mean, it's in our position guide, but
You anti-sedge.
yeah, it's just anti-sedge.
Like,
Um, if you have too many frontliners, you just have to go on the other side and pray. But
yeah. I mean, I've also, like, done this where, like, say I have a full front line like this. I just, like, fucking put them
oh
over
yeah,
there or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I mean, you can do that.
And then, like,
I just have hold
I
on.
was, yeah, I was playing kill, and I just, like, trapped them, like, made them walk all the way around. Because I, like, put this in here. But yeah, you typically want to leave, like, the gap here, and then, like, the cat will like never like ult within 2 hexes of your corner carry usually. There's some weird unstoppable stuff and like stuff that will like alter it, but most of the time people will just like anti sedge positioning from last set and just pray. Oh, see you, Zig. Thank you for stopping by. Zig's goated. He's the guy that hosted the Tactician Trials last weekend. Yeah, 5 crystals like something like this. Did you just like these guys and then like either Mal's Cassante and you roll on 7 or Smolder plus a Bastion, right?
I mean, it's whatever you hit. If you hit Cassante, you can play Cassante because that unit's kind of broken.
I see. Yeah.
Otherwise, you
No.
probably Bastion. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
the Leona's
one of
okay.
these. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
right,
I would not really recommend to try this unless you like natural 5 crystal on stage 3.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if
Because
you lose
you're
LP,
basically
don't blame me.
banking on like you're banking on like the 5 crystal cash outs to like
Yeah.
spike your board. So you need to kill units like
the-
with it.
There's a 6 kill one that gives double Shitter Nico. That one's very good. And then
Yeah.
if you get the right ones, it's very good. If you get the wrong ones, it can be pretty bad.
Yeah. Okay.